Video for assignment 71, math lesson 9.10. Today we're going to talk very briefly about units of volume and capacity. You will need your journal while we take a look at this, so please pause the video and grab your journal if you do not have it with you. And open your journal up to page 327. 327. At the top of page 327, you'll see this. Lesson 9.10, Units of Volume and Capacity. Let's take a look at this information. In the metric system, units of length, volume, capacity, and weight are related. The cubic centimeter, which is written centimeters cubed, is a metric unit of volume. The liter, which is written with a capital L, and milliliter, notice there's a lowercase m and a capital L, are units of capacity. Now, you've read about volume and capacity in the student reference book, and they're very, very similar. If you want to go back and read that again, it's on page 195. Usually, when we're talking about things that can be poured, like liquids, grains, salt, stuff like that, we call that capacity. The volume of the container that's filled with a liquid or solid that can be poured. It's often called capacity. What's the capacity of that container? And so a lot of times when you think about capacity, you kind of are thinking about liquid type things. Well, these measurements are related, and that's what's important for you to know today. So take a look at number 1. 1 liter equals how many milliliters? Okay, this is something you might already know. There are, that's a comma, 1,000 milliliters in 1 liter. Okay, so 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters. Now, there are also 1,000 cubic centimeters in 1 liter. So 1 liter is equivalent to 1,000 milliliters. 1 liter is equivalent to 1,000 cubic centimeters. So what's the relationship between 1 cubic centimeter and milliliters? It's a 1-to-1. 1 cubic centimeter equals 1 milliliter. So if you figure out the volume of something and say it's 100 cubic centimeters, well then you also know that it has a capacity of 100 milliliters. Notice we don't say milliliters cubed, okay, because it's a little bit different. It's talking about like liquid or pourable items. So 1 cubic centimeter equals 1 milliliter. Now let's take a look at number 2, and you should be writing all of this down in your journal as we go through this. The cube in the diagram has sides 5 centimeters long. Okay, so it's 5 by 5 by 5. It's a cube. What's the volume of the cube? Okay, calculate that. You can figure that out, or you can use your calculator. 5 times 5 is 25. That's the area of the base. Times 5, 25 times 5. Need to get my pen here. Right, you should have gotten 125 cubic centimeters. Okay, the volume is 125 cubic centimeters. If the cube were filled with water, how many milliliters would it hold? Remember, it's 1-to-1. So if it's 125 cubic centimeters, then that means that it would hold 125 milliliters. Keep that in mind, that information in your mind, as you try to solve the problems on the rest of page 327 and on page 328.